Hello, everyone. Welcome to this podcast episode with John Horn here from StubGroup. And in this episode, I want to talk about Microsoft Ads account suspensions and what to do if your account gets suspended, some ways you can avoid a suspension, maybe helpful tips to create an account which will reduce your chances to be suspended. So I have John Horn here, who is from StubGroup. And John, thank you for being on the show today.
Ivan, thank you so much for having me. Looking forward to chatting about suspensions and how to prevent them, and if they happen, recover from them.
Absolutely. So we just recorded a Google Ads episode. So if you guys haven't seen that, it's got a ton of useful information, just absolute ton. I really can't stress it enough. John has been absolutely amazing with the information he's been sharing for account suspension. So definitely invite you to check that out. It's got some golden nuggets. And in this episode, we want to focus a little bit more on Microsoft Ads. So, John, could you give just a brief introduction to my audience, who you are, what you do, all that fun stuff?
Absolutely. Yeah, so my company is StubGroup. We are a digital advertising agency. We're a premier Google partner and also work with many other platforms like Microsoft and Facebook and so forth. And for close to a decade, we've been doing that and also figuring out how to be compliant with all the different platform policies. Microsoft, they've got a lot of policies that you have to be compliant with. And so we've built up experience of understanding their policies, understanding what they do and don't like, and also helping lots and lots of clients who have had suspension or policy issues figure out what caused those and then get back online with those platforms.
That's amazing. Awesome. So there are three main categories I would like to explore here in this video. The first one being for somebody that's completely brand new, when they're creating an account, do you have any advice for creating an account which won't trigger Microsoft Ads suspension? The second question is, once somebody's account is banned, what can they do? And third of all, if they are to create a new account, if somebody's banned and they want to create a new account, do you have any suggestions for doing so? So starting off with the first question of just somebody brand new, I have secondhand experience with this myself. When I was helping a family member, their account was banned just right off the bat before entering credit card information or any campaign. And so a lot of my subscribers experience the same. I get a lot of comments about this, specifically about Microsoft Ads. So I'm really curious if you could share some insight as to what somebody can do. What are some helpful tips when creating an account for the very first time without getting banned?
Absolutely. So tip number one, make sure that you don't have any other Microsoft advertising accounts out there that either you forgot about because you created it years ago or a family member created on your email address, anything like that. So make sure you don't have anything already, because if Microsoft sees a new account pop up when you already have an existing account, that can be a red flag to them. And easiest way to do that is, take the email address that you're planning to use to create the new Microsoft advertising account. And first, just try to log into Microsoft advertising to see if any accounts pop up that are tied to that user. And assuming that none do, and that this is going to be your first account, then you can move forward with creating a new account. And when you create that new account, be really careful with the information that you add as you go through the process. So typically Microsoft's going to ask you for your address to set up a payment profile, your business name if you are a business, if you're not a business, your personal name, etc. And think about it this way. You want that information you're entering to match the information that's going to be in the payment method that you use. So if you're going to be using a business payment method, be sure to set up the account as a business with the business name, the business address that's on the statement for that business, credit card or debit card, etc. If you're an individual, then set up the account in that way. Put your actual home address, if that's the address that's on your credit card or debit card, etc. Because you want all that to match and not create any confusion or issues for Microsoft. Also, don't use a virtual card. Don't use a prepaid card. And don't use a virtual physical address like a PO box or a UPS address or anything like that. Use an actual physical address that if someone plugs that address into Bing or Google as a search engine, that it would come up and be an actual physical address. It's either your home address, your business address, or a co-working space of some type.
Okay. And then same thing with the VPN, right? You want to try to avoid using that when first creating an account.
I would definitely avoid using a VPN when you're first creating an account because that can look suspicious to Microsoft.
Okay, okay. So make sure everything matches, double check all your information, all that stuff. Okay. So pretty good. And then in the event that somebody's account does get suspended, what do you suggest you do?
Yeah, so don't freak out and go create a new account or fire off a hot-blooded email to Microsoft support. Just kind of take a step back, take a deep breath, and go carefully through everything in your account and everything on your website to look for anything that you might have mistakenly entered. You got the address wrong, you put the wrong digits in the zip code, or you put the wrong website domain in there and it's pointing to a website that doesn't work. Any obvious things like that, look for those things first. Then also carefully read through Microsoft policies, particularly whatever policy they say you violated. And again, look through your account and website and think, is there something that could be misinterpreted by Microsoft, particularly by an algorithm, a robot who's just reading the website or the ads, that could make them think that I'm violating this policy, and fix it. Be safe. Don't be aggressive or pushing the envelope in your messaging or in the approach you're taking on your website or your account. Play it safe and try and comply with all the policies that you can find. And then craft an appeal to Microsoft. So you can appeal your suspension. And in that appeal, you shouldn't be asking them what you did wrong, because they're not going to tell you. They're not going to answer you. It's a pass-fail system where they're either going to say, yes, we accept your appeal, or no, we don't. So what you need to do in your appeal is you need to craft a respectful message saying, we reviewed your policies. If you found any problems at all, explain exactly what you did to fix them and apologize for them and say, we're not going to do them again. And then thank Microsoft for their time reviewing the appeal, providing supporting documentation that makes sense, like, for example, a credit card statement if you're suspended for suspicious payment information of some type, and then send that off to Microsoft, and hopefully that'll do the trick.
Okay. So submit a well thought out appeal is what
Absolutely.
you're saying. Okay. And sometimes, as we know, appeals don't work, even if you send numerous ones. And suppose somebody does want to advertise on Microsoft, they want to create a brand new account. So what are some tips you have for somebody that wants to create a brand new account after they were banned?
Yeah, if you're hitting a brick wall with Microsoft and you just can't get your account suspended for whatever reason, the best way to think about it is, okay, this entity that I've been trying to advertise here, this business name, this website, etc., is just not going to move forward. So let's leave it there and let's create a new entity, a new business name, a new website, different domain, different physical address, different payment method, everything new. So that what you're doing is you're not violating Microsoft's policies by just creating a new account for the same business. You're truly, hey, this is a new thing, and we're starting from scratch and everything will be new. And the more you can do to create separation between the old account and the new account, the better. That could be definitely things like it's got to be a different address, different payment method, and different address tied to the payment method in the new account. Definitely has to be a different website. The phone number, email address, things like that are on the website need to be different than the old website. And then also when you actually create the account, definitely has to be a different email address and user than the old one. Ideally, it's going to be a different IP address and different device entirely. So the more you can do to, again, separate things from the old and the new and show Microsoft this is a new entity and you are bent on complying with Microsoft policies, the better and the more likely it is you'll have success with that new account that you're creating.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so everything new. Got it.
Everything new.
Okay. And seeing as a lot of my subscribers are affiliates, do you have any advice specific to affiliates when promoting on Microsoft?
Yes. Yeah. So Microsoft, and similar to Google and kind of how we talk with that in our other video about Google, which I definitely recommend go watch that as well. Microsoft, they want to provide unique value to people who are using Microsoft and searching through Bing. So what you need to think through as an affiliate marketer is not how can I be a gateway page to as quickly as possible get people off of my landing page to the affiliate website I'm trying to advertise. Not do that. The goal is how can I provide helpful original content on my landing page to the people who get there? which will give them more information about the product, maybe compare the product to other products, give them solid, helpful info, and then offer as a call to action, hey, you can purchase this product, and here's a link to this other website to purchase it. And that is the best way to be successful in the affiliate space with both Microsoft and with Google, is that helpful content, original content, and having disclaimers as well on your page saying we are not affiliated. You know, we are not ABC company. We are an affiliate of ABC company. And if you click links on this website, we will be compensated by ABC company. Just put it all out there. Be straight, be direct with the people who are visiting your website, because some of those people are also people from Microsoft or robots from Microsoft who are looking to see if you're being straightforward in your business model. Okay. And then lastly, don't misuse the brand name or logo that you're an affiliate for. Don't put the brand name in your domain. That's a big no-no. If you're saying, buy abc.com and ABC is the name of the brand that you're an affiliate for, don't do that, because Microsoft thinks that that's confusing to people who are searching. They might think that you're the official website. Don't put the brand's logo at the top left-hand corner of your website as if you are that brand, because again, that's confusing to users. Don't say that you're the official website in your ads or your landing page. Basically, just use common sense of, I'm not pretending to be this brand. I'm not saying anything that's shady to people who are coming to my website. Lay it all out. Be straightforward. Be helpful. Be direct. And that's your best strategy for long-term success with Microsoft.
Okay. That's really helpful, because I know a lot of affiliates. I mean, just by looking at the ads, like just go to Microsoft.com, type in the name of some of the products. There's a lot of ads that say ABC product, official site, official site, official site. Every single ad is an official site. And so that I can see how that could definitely cause a problem, especially now that these ad networks are becoming more and more strict, right? Like they weren't like this 5 years ago. I think they let anybody advertise 5 years ago. Now it's getting more and more strict, and now they're going towards more legitimate businesses providing real value, right?
Absolutely. You kind of always see that maturation process with any platform, which initially it's the Wild West. They're just trying to make money, improve the model, and they'll let a lot of things slide. And then as they get bigger, they get more light shown on them by regulators and industry and things. The more, the more tight they are going to control things and steer clear of anything that could be construed as misleading or false advertising or harmful to consumers in any way. Yeah.
Okay. And then where do you come in this whole process? Are you able to help people at all with lifting their suspensions, or what can you do to help them out? What does the process look like?
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking. I love to talk about how we can help, obviously. And what we bring to the table really is an immense amount of experience with the platforms, with the policies, and with countless nuances too, because every situation is usually a little bit different. There's some weird thing or nuance that makes your situation a little bit different than someone else with even the same policy violation. And so what we do is extensive audits of the Microsoft advertising account, of the website you're advertising, of figuring out, doing detective work to see if you might be connected to any other accounts out there that are unknowingly impacting your current account suspension. Basically, we figure out all those things, make all the changes that need to be made, help you make sure the website's got all the policies and things it needs, make sure the messaging on there is consistent with Microsoft policies, etc. We get all that packaged up neatly, and then we craft an appeal in the way that we know Microsoft likes to see appeals. And that's respectful, that's comprehensive, that's specific, with providing supporting documentation. And so we'll submit that on your behalf to Microsoft and work through the process with them. And if that gets accepted, we're good to go. If that gets declined, then we'll push back on that. We'll try other angles. We'll figure out, what do we need to do to be successful there. But really it's about, bringing that expertise to the table. Just like if you're in trouble with the IRS, you better be hiring a CPA to help you figure things out. If you're in trouble with Microsoft or in trouble with Google, you really are going to be well served to hire an expert who does that for a living to help you navigate those waters.
That's a great point. I love that. If you want to do your taxes, go to an accountant. If you're in trouble with the law, go to a lawyer. Yeah, that makes total sense. Okay. And then how long would you say the process usually takes with what you do?
On average, I'd plan for 4 to 6 weeks Sometimes it takes much less than that, and sometimes it takes much longer than that. But as kind of an average, have that expectation going into things. And part of that too is, often we'll see changes in the website that need to be made, and so it's going to take you some time to make those changes, especially if, let's say, you're in the affiliate space and you haven't up to this point taken more of that content approach. You've just thrown up a quick landing page to try and be a gateway. Well, you're going to have to really spend some time and come up with some content that's truthful and unique and valuable to you. And so that could be part of that 4 to 6 week process.
Okay. And that's good. The longer the better, I think. It just means that you're putting more time, more effort into each specific case to try to make it as perfect as possible for the users. Okay, so it seems like what you do could definitely be of benefit to a lot of people. So I'm going to put a link in the description of this video people can go to. It's go.ivanmena.com/StubGroup. Anybody that has issues, that wants a professional to go through their account and file an appeal on your behalf, you can contact John and his team with the link I'll attach in the description. And if you guys haven't watched, like already we mentioned, the Google Ads video, I think we go into a little bit more detail there as to the whole process and this, different helpful tips and tricks in case we missed anything here. We definitely strongly suggest that you see that podcast as well. We'll link that in the description as well. And John, is there anything else you want to add or say before we end the call?
No, I think we hit all the important points. Ivan, thanks for giving me the opportunity to talk about suspensions. My happy place to talk about and fit.
Of course, that's the biggest pain point, I think, for my subscribers and my audience. Well, thank you so much, John. Thanks for being here, and we'll stay in touch.
Thanks, Ivan. Take care.
You too. Bye.